Let us begin, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. So was just gonna play some like nonsense like Death in Texas today, probably. But Wizards of the Coast made an announcement for those of you that weren't aware that next week they were going to announce a ban list change, an update to the BNR. As many of you know now, we don't have scheduled ban list updates anymore, which is like kind of nonsense the way they're doing it right now, because basically anytime they want to make a change to the ban list, they will just announce the week before, hey guys, we're making a change to the ban list. We don't know where, we don't know what. So, I don't know, it seems like kind of silly. Like, it doesn't help everyone that's going to sit here this week. Everyone gets to sit here this week because there are like 3 formats that could reasonably see cards banned. In Pioneer, you have Inverter. In Modern, you have a lot of bullshit, but probably like Primeval Titan decks. And Legacy, you have Breach. So, like, we could see any number of these formats hit. So it's kind of silly to just say, oh, there's going to be a ban announcement next week, when we have no idea what's going to happen. So, some people are thinking that Breach is going to get banned, some people aren't. I don't know. I hope it will be. I think it's got a better chance than a Modern hit. It probably has a worse chance than a Pioneer hit. We've seen a lot of events that Inverter's been fucking up. But, we can hope, right? So, as a kind of blaze of glory, I wanted to try out this deck for myself. I played one league yesterday with it because I was feeling kind of down about my medium finish. And I, like, very easily 4-1'd without, like, my terrible cantripping self just, like, very easily tripped and fell into a 4-1. My loss was to Strifo in a game that I, like, punted away the lethal that I had. It's like, this deck is very busted. And, just, this deck's fucked up. This is, I think I stole this from, like, Honorog's most recent deck list drop. I wasn't really sure what list I was supposed to steal, so I was like, yeah, we'll just take this one, we'll be fine, whatever. And it's very good. So, we're just gonna jam Breach today. If it gets banned next week, sweet. We got to live out. We got to play the stupid busted deck. If it doesn't get banned, then fuck it. Don't know what to do. Besides cry. What's up, Elaine? What's around, guys? They really want Breach fans and Pioneer. I mean, some people do want Breach ban and Pioneer, right? If this doesn't get banned, I'm putting my forces into right. No, I think Static said that he could maybe give me the whole deck if I wanted to do that. The whole deck minus LEDs. Wow, Honorog. Taking the trophy leader. How many of these trophies are with Breach? January 15th is when the league starts. It's like right when Breach came out, right? So it's probably like almost all of them. I don't want someone to play my Altered Forces in the event. Okay, well, maybe I'll do a swap then. Wait, what the fuck? Surprise! We gotta give the deck its a blaze of glory before it gets rightfully banned in Legacy. I figure so. There's more rationale than like just that too. I'm talking myself in the idea that it might not get banned. The idea behind, like, if it doesn't get banned... So, if it does get banned, then this week, in terms of playing Legacy, just doesn't matter at all. It is completely worthless for testing. And if it does stick around, then, like, playing Breach is actually just still a very legitimate thing to, you know, learn about the deck. I'm going to need you to dedicate an obscene amount of testing to jinx it into getting banned. That should be... I should, like, buy a Tundra or something. Commit to building the deck so it'll get banned for the greater good. Also, thanks for the 20-month resub there, Army. Appreciate it. Alright, I don't know anything about this deck. This deck hands a Brain Freeze away from killing, though, right? That's pretty good. I mean, a little bit more than a Brain Freeze away, because we have Petal instead of LED, so you need to build up the graveyard a little bit more, but it seems fine. We got Force of Will, we got Cantrips, whatever. How do you have an army of Thalias if they're legendary. You have 2 different Thalias. Or a, whatever that mirror thing is from Kamigawa. Lily, calm down. Astrolabe. It's a blue nonsense pile, sure. Second predict. Alright, well, one of these predicts is probably getting pitched to Force of Will. Let's preordain. Try to find some brain freezes. These are not brain freeze. Lightning Bolt not very good here. I don't think I want this 3rd land really either. These predicts are kind of blind, but we can't like top. Lily, what are you whining about, huh? Go lay down. It's a pretty easy bottom. Ban Spellpierce postboard for Death of Texas. Lily, what? What do you want? Go lay down. You just got a treat. I'm gonna have to let you out. You can go bug your mom if you're gonna keep whining. I would fetch it before preordain delivers break. Yeah, that would make sense. Because if I fetch preordain, I could top. Wait, no, I couldn't. Doesn't work, right? Oh, with the second preordain, yes. Intuition. Alright, well, we can... Problem is that we don't know if we want white or red, I guess it doesn't super matter because we have this petal as well. Could set up to just intuition on my opponent's end step. Does that get me to a kill? Maybe not. We might not have enough graveyard. There's probably no rush here. But yeah, there's definitely a distinct possibility that we predict ourselves on our upkeep this turn. Intuition gets veiled. I mean, not if they just, like, you know, tap out. I'm not going to cast it into open mana. Unless I really need to. I guess we just fetch Volcanic here. We're not necessarily going to draw Silence. We definitely want to cast this Breach. You can always pedal Silence off the pedal. Lily, quit your whining, you dang punk. Some upkeep stuff. Oh, Chant is good. Preordain, also good. Definitely want this Chant. I could just predict away this Preordain to Divination. If I just top. It's probably fine. Don't think there's any reason to play with the pedal. Congrats on the engagement, thanks. Wait, why does Breach play Predict? Because it's a Divination. It's a draw 2 for 2 mana. It's broken. What if my opponent just like Teferis me? I'll be pretty bummed. Maybe that's a reason to play a pedal. Whoa, counterbalance. Alright, well, probably gotta fight over this one. I guess maybe... Could maybe have like left up the pedal to like possibly Worms Chant there, but alright. Upkeep. I think I just want to predict myself. Preordain. Wow, it was preordained. Oh, that was good. These are some solid draw steps, huh? These are some good cards that we drew this turn. So we could go off. My opponent has 3 cards in hand, though, so I think we're pretty safe on just going off next turn with the Worms Chant. We'd have to go, like, Pedal, Tundra, just Breach, like, in total blind. So I think we can just say go here. Thought Scour's literally Ancestral Recall. The lines where you like go off with the Thought Scour are pretty sweet. You, like crack LED and like Thought Scour yourself like 3 times until you find the Brain Freeze or whatever. When was like a second counterbalance, we could definitely be in trouble for waiting. They probably would have forced back for their counterbalance, so like maybe we could have just gone for it. Chant, target you. Alright, cool, they're dead. We did it. Look at us. We're so good at this game. Oh, blue, blue, blue. Alright, cool, they conceded. We did it! People are playing counterbalance because it's main deckable Deafening Silence. I mean, you're not that wrong, I suppose. I played against when I played this deck for one league yesterday for fun, and I played against a Miracles opponent who had 2 main deck Rest in Peace. Just had like Snapcaster mages and stuff. Just main deck Rest in Peace, no synergies in the deck. I still won game 1. Alright. We got 2.5 minutes. I'll let her out because she's being a little punk. Alright. We are back. No, they weren't Helm Rip. They were just normal Miracles with 2 Rest in Peace. And you know how I know that? Because I had to mill them with Brain Freeze to win that game. So I saw, like, every card in their deck but, like, 4. Anyway, what is the sideboard against? Probably the same thing we sideboard against, like, every deck, where you like board out most of your Brain Freezes and LADs and board in Mentors, right? Why did they let you mill them? I don't know. They brainstormed with Jace like 7 times. And then I cast like 3 Brain Freezes. Bring in Mentors. Lavinia is probably pretty good. Silence is probably pretty good. Although it sounds less good if we're like boarding out like all the combo. Oh. Alright. Cool. Cool. Alright. Deck very good, I guess. All 4 of the cards in their hand were Helms, yeah, I'm sure. And they just decided to not kill me and then draw in a card and die instead. You get a time walk with Mentor Lavinia versus their Deafening Silences with your own silences. Yeah, that would make sense. Just board in all the silences anyway, because they're good with shit like Mentor and stuff. Opponent really didn't want to play game 2 versus Breach, I guess. I don't even know what I was supposed to cut there. I have a sideboard guide here, but it's not exactly accurate. I never know what to cut after. You basically just cut 3 LEDs and 3 Brain Freezes in like every matchup and bring in 3 Mentors. Because we probably needed to bring in like Wear Tear, some number of Wear Tears for Rip, Deafening Silence, and most importantly Counterbalance. So it's probably going to 3/3, cut a Bolt to 7. Already bringing in 3 Mentors, the Lavinia, 2 Silences, 2 Wear Tears. That's only 8. That's close. 7 for 8. You can figure out 1 card to cut, right? Counterbalance is easy. I mean, you're not wrong, I suppose. You know, there are other things that you would want to tear as well, like I mentioned. Yeah, you could fuse it. It's certainly true. You could fuse it to their astrolabe or whatever. Oh, hey, wow, he did actually counter Q me. I don't know, there's a bunch of cantrips. Probably can't be bad. Red Veil of Summer when? Christ. Yeah, white anything when, really. Alright, so what are we doing? Scalding Tarn, Island Ponder, I guess. Pretty easy. Put a lid on Water Graves. Obviously we know Basic Swamp is the Death Shadow player, but even if we didn't, not like there are a lot of other decks that want to do that. Wow, these cards suck. I don't want any of them. We have an LED. We don't really need the pedal. We have a pretty decent stock of lands. So we just put this back and then shuffle. That card could be good sometimes. I feel like everything comes in cycles. There was a year ago where white got a bunch and then nothing. It's been a while since white has gotten anything. Death and Taxes legitimately hasn't gotten any upgrades since, like, Conspiracy 2, when it got 3 in the same set, mind you. Go for it. My hand is a lot of the same magic card. And a Lightning Bolt. So I could take the Lightning Bolt if, like, that is a thing that they're concerned about. Doesn't appear like it is, though. Obviously, Lightning Bolt definitely gets a lot worse when they know about it. Thoughtseize bugged. My opponent there. So you want to fetch basics, because they have Wastelands. The issue is that our red source is going to be unprotected. I could dig fetching planes if we need to. The question is, do I want to try to set up this predict? We have a brainstorm, so I guess we could just brainstorm, right? Do we want to brainstorm? Because we would have to, like, fetch Ponder to set up the predict, or we could, although I guess that's the same case with the brainstorm, though, so. We're burning our fetch right now either way if we wanted to set up the predict, so maybe we just brainstorm, say go. You don't like your Tomic and Deafening. Tomic is like barely a playable magic card by any stretch of the word. So this Lotus Spell probably not relevant. Snowcovered Mountain. Snowcovered Mountain might be better than the Volcanic. We glut a little bit, or choke a little bit on blue, but not getting Wastelanded is pretty relevant. We would probably put back Volk Petal, say go. Breach twice last night playing Chant and Mind Break Trap over Deafening Silence. Yeah, the Deafening Silence like isn't actually even that good right now against. The problem being that like Breach is very good at beating Deafening Silence. Cool. I'm supposed to technically fetch upkeep, but I am lazy. You guys like my mismatching snow-covered lands? It's because I own snow-covered plains on Moto, and I don't own snow-covered islands or mountains. That was not a very good draw. I think we just want to ponder and probably just set up this predict with it. We're keeping almost anything here. Chant is nice. Pierce could be okay. We already have a force, so I think I want to draw the Chant force on top, Pierce below it. Pierce isn't obviously great, but I think it's better than the second Force of Will. Shuffle this. Do we? I think we just want to cast this predict. We don't really have any. We're missing 2 combo pieces notably, and we have to take like a Pierce. But we do need a blue spell to power the force. Regardless, all these cards are bad. Yes, but like, what's this predict doing in our hand otherwise? Pitching the Force Wall? Maybe. It's kind of the same thing, except predict is a divination, so we get to see just extra cards. What's up, Cliffy? I'm gonna keep this because fuck off, Patrick. What did I say I was gonna do? Pierce, Force, Chant. I should really just keep this upkeep stop for the remainder of this league. I just hate having it. Finally, a tech I like. Yeah, we're not playing a lot of spells that you don't enjoy. For once. What's this? Gurmag? Yeah. Sure. Did you Force Will this predict? I guess that's what my opponent is considering. Notably, we don't have any blue cards. I wonder if we were actually supposed to take the draw. Stack it the other way, so we'd have a blue card still? Maybe that was actually correct. Stack it so that we draw the Pierce, and then we just main phase the predict or whatever. Let's force it. Alright, cool. They know your ponder locked, it's okay. Yeah, I think I think I was supposed to do that the other way. Or not the other way. I was supposed to just draw the Spell Pierce and then cast the predict on, like, whenever. Yeah, we'll just say go. Seems like something I need to fight over. Certainly. This is game. Yeah, this is game 1. Not dead. Problem is that we're missing too many pieces. I think we're just gonna beef it to this here angler, right? We're going to 7, drawing a random card. It's got to be like a real good one. Let's go Brainstorm. Brainstorm's a good card. I keep forgetting I have an upkeep stop now. We could chant to gain 5 life. Probably not relevant until we're literally dying. The fact that my opponent has 5 cards and has cast none of them is certainly not good news by any stretch. Yeah, it's not like they have burn. Could at least a bump in the night. Yeah, probably. This upkeep stop is just already gonna bug the shit out of me. I know it. Yeah, could easily be black removal. My opponent hasn't cast a whole lot of cantrips, so it would make some sense. This just is a second island, so we don't need to play it right now. I think we have a lot of bad cards to brainstorm away, though. I need to play around soft permission. But we have, like, Pierce and stuff for that. Chant, Pierce, Days. Considering just fighting over this. I mean, we can't beat just like straight up force a will. They can pay for my spell pierce. Fighting over this seems like pretty reasonable on their part. They know 2 cards in my hand, I think? Yeah. Haha. Unlucky. Yeah, I definitely should have done my predict differently. I should have drawn up the blue card to pitch to the force. Damn, they saw the line. Yeah, exactly. How unfortunate. Alright, these mentors seem pretty good. These plows seem pretty good. Or shuffled. I'm not sold on the shuffling line. I definitely did the bad predict line, though. Should have drawn the blue card. Either drawn the Pierce instead of the Chant, and then I could still do the upkeep thing, or I could have just, like, gone to main phase and cast it whenever. Not sure I agree with shuffling. Does Death Shadow play? I feel like they don't have... Does Death Shadow play ley lines? Silences seem a little bit awkward because they're also like a heavy discard deck, so I feel like I don't want to be like maxing out on a bunch of silences to try to fight here. We probably want the second players to bring in 6 white cards. And we probably just bring out, what, 3 LEDs and 3 brain freezes like always. That's just basically always what you do. We could probably afford to... Teferi seems like a clunky sense. It can be okay, but it's really expensive and bad against Days. Bolts seem pretty good. She have like a force. Yeah, Teferi is like a must counter spell. Definitely reasonable. Cut a bolt. Bolt seems like pretty good against Death Shadow, right? I guess it's actually... Yeah, it's hard to kill the threats that aren't Delver. It can, like... Sometimes you can, like, cheat your way into lethal when they, like, shock themselves. But I like keeping in 1 because you can, like... I guess it's harder to backdoor your way into it when you're, like, down LED. I guess you have, like, pedals, though. You can probably backdoor your way into, like, a triple bolt kill or something. I could buy something like that. This looks okay. I'm hoping that Death Shadow doesn't play the ley lines. I guess we have the Mentor plan if they do. This hand sucks. We have 2 pieces of the combo. We just need to draw the 1 brain freeze in our deck. Yeah, we're gonna ship that one. Mulliganing against Thoughtseize deck sucks, but that is the life we live. Alright, this hand's okay. Keep this. I want 3 lands so we can actually cast this Teferi. The problem is that Not if you mold a Veil. I mean, I guess you're not incorrect in that regard. We could probably just put back a Force. We're probably not forcing anything this early. We're going to leave up like Pierce and stuff here. Yeah, my plan was kind of like I wanted to be able to pitch Force with a Force. But we could find other blue cards. I don't even... Oh, damn it. Fucking upkeep stop. I'm going to be mad about this all week. I'm going to turn it off and then immediately drop Predict or whatever. I never know which basic I'm supposed to lead on. Probably Tarn? Or Vista. Probably Vista, maybe. I'm almost assuredly fetching Basic Island. I think because I want to fetch all basics, Vista just looks better to me than Tarn. Delver. Well, I can't spell pierce that. Flusterstorm. I thought I had this in the deck, honestly. Not that I would board it out, but... This is probably going to need plains, so we could potentially need blue-blue here. We have like 5 red cards on our deck post board, so fetching the mountain is not super important. Oh, yeah, definitely countering that hymn to Turok. That is not resolving. What am I supposed to use? Whoa. Alright, that's good for me. I think I'm supposed to aggressively counter cantrips here. Kind of problematic. I really want to like be able to ferry this Delver, but that seems really hard to do against the Daze deck. Brainstorm's a really good card, though. Could definitely buy just piercing it. Anyway, like I was saying before they cast the Brainstorm, I'm not sure... Is there a relevant card that pierces that Flusterstorm doesn't in this matchup that I'm not thinking of? Like Planeswalkers? I don't really think so. The only Planeswalker that usually plays like Lily Last Hope, which doesn't seem exactly good in this matchup. So I think Flusterstorm is just better Pierce. Null Rod. Okay, yeah. That's definitely reasonable. Hardcast Leyline that gets bounced. These are reasonable suggestions. I'm just gonna draw another card here. Play out my lands. Just play land go for a bit. Oh, that's nice. That's a good one. Really helps out with this potential Teferi plan. Say land go again. Now we have plow. We plow the Delver, or plow something bigger, scarier later. Could also tag team the plow to make them pay extra for Flusterstorm if they wait like to get to 4 lands to cast their hymn or whatever. Delver. That's kind of menacing. Does look like they're planning on just waiting to 4 lands to cast this hymn to Turok to play it around Spell Pierce. So maybe I just want to hold off on this plow again. I do enjoy gaining 3 life here. Maybe I'm being too patient with this plow. Maybe not. We'll see, I guess. Oh, I cast a Death Shadow. That's a hymn to draw. Alright, they didn't play around it then. Alright, then... So what do we end up on? Pierce versus Flusterstorm? Kind of like... My opponent's hitting a lot of land drops, so I kind of like saving this Flusterstorm to like pair with the plow. Photo was talking about how they like his avail opponents in the event yesterday just always had Pierce for their into Turox. I think we'll just untap here. I plan on you can slam Teferi. Oh, that might have been a good idea. I didn't know I was going to draw that other land. Which makes this awkward now. Now I think I just have to wait another turn. But yeah, that would have been nice. Oh yeah, I guess we could play the Teferi first and then plow after. Yeah, that's not a bad idea after. These are not unreasonable suggestions. Now we can fetch the Mountaineer. Because this fetches either of our other basics. If they like daze it though, it gets a little bit awkward. They daze my Teferi. I mean, I guess we just unsummon the Insect Aberration draw card is not bad. And like gain 3 life. Does leave your mana awkward. A Force of Will pitching daze. We could force back. We could just fluster and let the Teferi die. Just to like cantrip it. But then what's our Force of Will doing? Sitting in our hand rotting. But like, it doesn't look that good if we Force of Will their Force of Will, resolve Teferi, bounce their Insect Aberration, plow the other thing. Like, they replay the Delver, my Teferi's gonna like tick up to 2, right? Like, they're still gonna be able to clear the Teferi in the following turns, and I have nothing. So I kind of like just Flusterstorming the Force of Will and using the Teferi to cantrip, but like, keeping the Force of Will doesn't exactly do shit for me. I'm burning a bunch of time. Blue decks always make me think. It's a lot easier because when I'm not getting judged by chat. When I was just playing a league on my couch, I was like, I can just make bad plays all the time. Yeah, the problem is that, like, I don't think I'm gonna win this game by just going hellbent here. Yeah, there's definitely not unreasonable odds that I just let this happen. Because my hand just doesn't do shit. The problem is that I have to kill this Delver because I'm going to be taking so much damage this turn that I feel like I have to, like, I'd have to force plow, but, and then just, like, try to gain a bunch of life. Ugh, this sucks. This is a weird decision to make. Because the Teferi cantrips itself, and these cards are looking pretty bad right now. My opponent has 2 cards left in hand. I think I'm going to Force a Will this. I guess we fetch first because we could draw the other planes. That'd be kind of embarrassing if we did. It's not a very good draw. But we don't have anything else, the issue. Now they replay the Delver. Oh, I should have done that in the other order. Whoops. Because I actually want them. I'm used to plowing the one that has the lower power, but now I let them like cast Death Shadows and shit. Because they're at 12 and not like 14 or whatever. Dicks. Well, if their Delver doesn't flip, we get to keep the Teferi. So this is, they can only cast spells and they cast sorcery, so I can just not cast this plow right now if I don't want to. Nice. Die. Yeah, my big problem is that we're miles away from winning unless we find an intuition. These draws have not helped, certainly. I wonder if I'm supposed to be playing out like one of these lands. Like this Flooded Strand. Yeah, playing out the Flooded Strand is probably correct. In case of like more Hymn to Turox. Yeah, like that one. Yeah, I can play the fetch. Yeah, it certainly was correct to play this fetch land. Hand is pretty bad. Got about 4 turns before this Delver kills me. We need some hot draws. Mainly intuition. Preordain. Alright, good start. Ooh, intuition. It's a little bit slow is the issue, especially because we don't have double blue, so we can't even intuition this turn, even if we wanted to. But assuming my opponent doesn't have any threats, we go to 7, have the intuition, go to 4, cast the intuition, and then attempt to go off from there, so I guess that's the plan. We'll bottom this predict. I wonder if I was supposed to try to hide the intuition. Probably not. From like a Thoughtseize or something. You can't. Can't we just draw the predict to hide the intuition? Oh, we need to rip a land. Oh, rip a land. We try to kill this turn, but they never have Thoughtseize. I guess we just say go and intuition on their end step then, right? Because we don't really have a kill lined up here. We could brainstorm, but that seems ambitious because we're at 7. Digger's Caged. That one's a doozy. Makes my intuition plan a lot worse, huh? I don't even know what we're intuitioning for now. 3 mentors, I guess? And then mentor brainstorming? My opponent has had 3 cards and just not cast cards. Also, the mentor's just not going to be able to race this aberration. Intuition for the pile that wins. Smart. Then brainstorming the answer. We don't have an answer for Cage in our deck. Our Teferi's dead. We didn't board in any wear tears. You suck. Wow, that's mean. We need an answer to Delver. We can't even wish for an answer to Delver. So we have 2 plows down. See if my opponent just like counters this and make sure I die. Make sure I die. But wouldn't make sense if you have the Cage in play. There's like no real reason to counter the intuition, I don't think. Too bad I can't get 3 wear tears and just Ancestral Recall. That's what I learned yesterday on Moto. We can get a plow, a lightning bolt, and then nothing else that kills this Delver. And none of these cards seem super good, eh? Get Reclamation. That's not how Crafter's Cage works, isn't it? Oh, it's only creatures and graveyards can't enter the battlefield. We could Reclamation the Teferi's. We could get Bolt Plow 7's Reclamation. But Breach doesn't do anything. They have a Cage in play. Breach does actual nothing. Bolt Plow Reclamation, I think, would do it. Return target permanent. And this just says creature cards and graveyards can't enter the battlefield. Bolt Plow 7's Reclamation would get this Delver off the battlefield for a turn if they don't have any counters. Alright, we're doing it. Bolt Plow. Problem is that we, I guess, just are super dead. Bounce the Cage. What, and then like brainstorm into the LED and the Brain Freeze or something? I mean, I guess it's better than nothing. They give me the bolt. Okay, sure. I guess they're just gonna counter my bolt. We got a Mentor and a Bolt. Should I just pretend that they don't have days and just Mentor Bolt? Or do I just Bolt and we can just Mentor Brainstorm the turn after, assuming we can actually get the Aberration off the board? I guess that's probably... They don't have days. That's the spirit. They don't have days. Yeah, we're not really in a position where we can actually play around things. Sure. They also have the days. You lose to everything, so they don't have. I mean, it makes sense. It all checks out. They had the days and the hard counter spell. You guys are really bad at Breach, I guess. They clearly had things. Why wouldn't I play around them? What's up? Breach is going pretty well. Having fun. Milo was great. Yeah, I mean, certainly. I'm not actually saying that you guys are wrong. It was obviously in jest. We're very, very unfavored in this position, so you know you gotta. I don't even know what your line was. Plowable Breach, or oh no, that was Bounce Cage to try to win. Yeah, I mean, certainly reasonable. Oh, Bolt and have Brainstorm to find second answer. I mean, we don't have... Wait, second answer to what? The Delver? Or, like, the Cage? We don't have any answers to the Cage. Or the Delver. Go ahead on your own terms. And Traitor. We're giving it its heyday before it gets banned next week. Don't worry. Don't worry, Lauren Poi. Is it gonna? I'm desperately clinging to the hope. I'll go out on my own terms. With results like these, why would they ban it? Well, generally, the people playing Breach have cast a cantrip more than what? 10 matches of their life in like almost full total. Sand seems pretty good. 2 pieces of combo and a preordain. Yeah, I do have a blue-white Stoneblade 5-0. That is a fact. Fact that I will have to live with for the rest of my life. Preordain. I like the Brainstorm, I don't like the Pedal. Just preordain into the kill. Oh, just what, preordain? Wait, yeah, no, we can't. There's no preordain into the kill, right? Anyway, bottom, top. Pretty easy preordain. I like preordain. Preordain's the easiest cantrip to cast, by far. TNN cheats. Oh man, that blue-white Stoneblade 502 was so fucking bad. It lasted like 4 hours, and I was so tired. I was just like fucking up constantly by the end of it, and also at the beginning of it. But like Trinimus just bailed us out of every single fucking game. It was amazing. Opponent is not playing Astrolabe in their deck. It's an interesting note. Could be Mirror. Could be like Show and Tell. Could be Blue-Red Delver. I think we are going to Vista Brainstorm. This is probably going to fetch a basic plane since we have the red source here. Wow, none of these cards are Brain Freeze, as it turns out. I think we can put back the Pedal and the Bolt. We have Force. We have potentially have the ability to predict something. But we have another Brain Freeze to try to set that up down the line. Yeah, I think I just like... We can also just untap if we want to cast the Predict. But, oh yeah, it's definitely the mirror now. Prismatic Vista. So we just want to find silences and or go off as fast as possible. So I think we're just going to crack this for a Plains. Omni. Could be Omni, I suppose, but my first guess would definitely be the mirror. Intuition. Could just Intuition for 3 Brain Freezes, or I guess just 1 Brain Freeze is all you need. Intuition for like Brain Freeze. If you Intuition for like Brain Freeze, Silence, they just give you the Brain Freeze, right? But it's not unreasonable. Just Volcanic Island say go. We also are holding up like Brainstorm plus Predict if we want that. There's Intuition for 3 Forces if we need to like double force to fight over something here. Now what do we Intuition for here on our get card advantage? Yeah, we could just Brainstorm Predict and not Intuition yet. Could Intuition for 3 silences and just try to find the Brain Freeze. I guess we probably want to Brainstorm Predict and Intuition for the missing pieces instead. I like Intuition. I don't know what we would get. Just get set up the full combo. I guess we need the combo with like Force backup, right? It's pretty good. Although my opponent has 7 cards in hand, which is a lot of cards in hand. Maybe they'll get the Pile of the Wind. Stop saying that! My opponent has 7 cards in hand. There are a lot of piles that lose. Oh, they are forcing this. Do I force back? Petal Breach 7's Wreck. And then we, play... I mean, I guess that pile gets silence. They pitched a Preordain to the Force of Will. We can pitch Predict, force back. I think they're forcing because they're scared of... Just let it go. Yeah, good cards. Alright, fine. Fine. You win this one, Chad. So we could ponder and predict, or we could just wait and then do the Brainstorm Predict thingy. I think we're fine just sitting on our hands. Brainstorm now? I don't want to. I guess you could Brainstorm into just the kill, theoretically, right? What, land, probably a silence, and the Brain Freeze. It is concerning because we don't have a lot of interaction, so if my opponent does have like the silence to try to kill, then we're pretty light on stuff. Hey, the Chant. That's good. Good to see Chant here. I think we're going to mill over this Petal here. Actually, no, we mill over the LED. No, yeah, the Petal's better, because the LED can make more mana, so doesn't matter the second card we put back then. Predict to target ourselves. Blow to this Petal. Hey, there's the Brain Freeze. Alright, so now we just win, right? Chant you. It's possible I wanted to like Preordain first to look for, I don't know, what would I be looking for? Like a second Forcible maybe? Ponder is probably going to be better. Hey, we did it. Look at us. We're so good at this game. I was getting nervous that I'm gonna like fuck something up, but there's no real way to fuck something up. Ding, ding, ding. Alright, cool, they conceded. We did it! This deck feels so busted. It does feel like it's very easy to win your game once, and then game 2 your opponent has to like massively correct to fight your plan, but also has to deal with mentors. Am I supposed to bring in mentor in the mirror? Because Lavinia seems like it's for the mirror. These silences seem very good in the mirror. Plow's not so much, but we can leave in bolts for Lavinia or like opposing mentors. Some number of wear tears is maybe okay too. And try like wear tear to fight them. That seems like a little bit clunky though. Did you not get Rodrigo's guide? I guess I do have it. I just need to like pull it up. It's a lot of work. I was using Leia's guide for a bit. Yeah, you can wear a breach, or you can tear a breach, but I think I'm supposed to board in mentors. Am I supposed to just like board down on the fucking package like every single time? Probably. Just cut brain freezes and LEDs and shit. Name should be Jeskai X, like the 2K hardcore kid. I mean, that's why the X is there. It's because at some point in my life, while making my username, which was JCloud for a really long time, at one point I typed in JCloud and it was like, that username's taken. I was like, fuck. And then I just put an X in front of it. What else are we supposed to cut? More combo pieces? Just like that. And 61 cards. Flusterstorm is a little bit awkward, honestly, but probably still good enough. If we bring in like less wear tears, the misers. And this looks okay. We have like 5 silences to fight the actual combo. Which is probably why you board down so much on the combo. I wonder if you're actually supposed to like cut like a breach in the mirror. The combo seems really hard to execute in the fucking like 9,000 silences mirror. It's like Dredge, but you get to play. Yeah, it's like Dredge, but you get to play all good cards, and then you sideboard into a deck that like doesn't care nearly as much about the graveyard hate. Let's run like this. And this hand, it's got pieces that do things. Xbox news XXX J420 Cloud XXX. And double breach is kind of clunky. We'll just find a brainstorm, it'll be fine. At least you can fetch jewels in the mirror, which is nice. The mirror does seem like an absolute shit show with just like an infinity silences. Teferi seems like kind of sick. It's like a forever silence. So if you ever want to go off, you just get them. Just fetch Volcanic here. Looking for interaction. Land Winston second to bed. Oh, I'll try. So probably just fetching Tundra. So it doesn't matter which one of these we keep. We definitely want at least one. I don't think we necessarily need both. I wonder if it's even correct to just turn 2 the Teferi next turn. Bottom both, yeah. I think I'd just rather draw better cards. It's probably actually supposed to like... I don't know, it's tough. Because like you can play the pedal out to try to like represent silences and stuff, but also you could not play the pedal out when you draw mentors. This was not a great draw. 3 is a lot of breaches to have in my hand. Which is why I was considering maybe actually shaving one in the mirror. Could just slam Teferi. We could slam Teferi and then die. But slamming Teferi and living is also very nice. Dying seems unlikely in the... Could get a Force of Will, but I think that's kind of fine. Spell Pierce. That's fine, certainly. A breach to force check. Just cast the breach. Say go. Am I dying? I guess I shouldn't F6, should I? Definitely is a pretty big tell in the combo mirror. Which cantrip am I supposed to lead on? Preordain, I guess? Probably just want... Brain Freeze. We're actually pretty close to the kill here. I mean, we're pretty close to the kill unprotected. But we also just get to cast Underworld Breach every turn and actually just check my opponent. I think we just want to hit land drops and find silences now that we actually found our Brain Freeze. Yeah, I'm down for... Problem is that, like, my shields are down. If I just, like... The upside is that we can just start force-checking my opponent starting next turn. Can I kill if I bottom this pedal? We need how many cards in the graveyard? We play the land, fetch, breach with 1 mana up. We can cast the pedal and then Brave Freeze ourselves? Yeah. This is the part where we learn how many Volps you play. We don't need more red. This fetches Tundra just fine. We're not casting multiple breaches in a turn right now. Yeah. Do I cast the Ponder, I guess it would be the follow-up question. Probably, because I kind of want to find a silence to just, like, actually kill my opponent. I don't know if that actually kills my opponent. Yeah, but I definitely want to find silences so I don't die. That seems like a pretty big deal. These cards seem like they kind of suck. Yeah, I think I just want to shuffle this. Very close to killing my opponent. Or, I mean, attempting. They will likely just cast Silence in response to my breach. But they get to the Silence on the other hand, and we just have 3 turns of doing that. This does not find so if like they force up my first breach, we actually can't like fetch a red source and kill them and try to like breach them again, which is very funny. Do I cast the LED first? Probably. Is there a reason to? No, because I don't want to crack the LED into silence, right? I want to be able to like. Yeah, cracking LED into silence seems very bad for me, so I guess we'll just. Put the breach on the stack first and go from there. Silence me. Sure. What do I do if this resolves, I guess, would be the follow-up question. I guess we could just brain freeze ourselves without using the LED, right? Or even just, like, try to cast Petal and then, like, cast the Teferi. Fetch Island, cast Petal, cast Teferi, and then if, like, the Teferi resolves. Maybe I was supposed to actually fetch first, so I could at least cast the Petal. Okay, they're Force of Willing, sure. So I guess we just try again next turn. I wouldn't LED Teferi. You'd cast the Petal out of the yard, right? You don't want to crack your LED to cast the Teferi and then get, like, silenced, right? That's fine. They only have 3 cards in hand, so it seems like they're pretty hard-pressed to try to kill me here, and we just have a bunch of breaches to try to kill them. Yeah, the Petal. Well, if at first you don't succeed. What you got, opponent? Casting something. Intuitioning. Yeah, sure, whatever. Intuitioning for like 3 more forces? 3 silences, maybe? It'd be fine. We got a 3rd breach. We also get to just like have a brainstorm and a fetch land here. So we can actually just try to find a silence. Maybe we should have done that this turn, actually. Yeah, we could have. Maybe I should brainstorm in response to the intuition, to like find my own silence them in response to the intuition. Oh well. Yeah, certainly brainstorm in response to the intuition. Yeah, this is probably mostly fine. They're down like so many resources, and we just get to Underworld Breach them again the following turn. I think this is all fine. Could have brainstormed in response to the chant to try to find like a force, maybe. Did I board any other planes? Important note about whether or not I have to correct the strand first. I don't think I did. I guess I can check, right? Did not. They're breaching me, alright. So that means we need to fetch first so we can draw into a silence. None of these are silence. Their graveyard is very stocked to kill me. This seems less than fine, certainly. Wish I would have brainstormed and found a counterspell to this Worm's Chant. See if they let you fluster something. Yeah, it doesn't seem very likely, but yeah, certainly. The best odd. No, because they're going to just chant me immediately, is the first thing they're going to do. I guess they need to show me the brain freeze first, so let's, yeah, just put back. Guess we're not dead. Oh no, they have the intuition in the yard. Never mind. They cast the intuition earlier, so they can go get the brain freeze. So yeah, they just want to chant me, and then intuition for like LED and brain freeze. Yeah. Definitely messed up that game. I think I was too patient in thinking my opponent didn't really have enough to go off. Yeah, now they recast their pedal here. And then just intuition grabbing LED and brain freeze, and it doesn't matter. Sure. I don't know what they're thinking about here by casting the pedal again. They just have the brain freeze in their hand. Nope. Alright, sure, whatever. What's up, Blackie? How's it going? If they get like, what, Ellie? No. Beat Breach twice. And Belcher. The Belcher win seems very strong. How many Mind Break traps were in your sideboard? I mean, I'll give them the brain freeze, right? There's a chance they can't cast it with their current graveyard. Choose a card that will be put into their hand. I guess you can have this brain freeze. I give them an LED, they can just play the LED and crack it and discard their hand to stuff, so yeah. And then cast the freeze. Oh no, the intuition goes in the yard, duh. There we go. That's enough, because they can pedal, cast the pedal again, and then brain freeze me. Never mind. Yeah, they're dead. Or, yeah, we're dead. I always forget the spell and the stack goes back in the graveyard. Or, yeah, cast the LED or whatever, it all works out. Lackey, fetch, matron, mindbreak, draft, jeez. I want a match against Breach with against Belcher with Death and Taxes. My game 3, I milled to Vile 3 lands, Mindbreak Trap, and my Mindbreak Trapped their Echo, so they were Hellbent. And then my first draw steps were Thalia and Sanctum Prelates. I want to see how they boarded. So they do have Wear Tears in. Mentors. Alright. Looks like I boarded pretty correctly. Alright, cool. I'm done. Yeah, definitely mucked up that game. Magic is hard, especially with casting blue spells. Something I'm very much not adept at. Alright. Do you want to bring in the... I don't think you want to bring in the plans, because we can just... We're not that demanding on white sources. Do we want... Going up like on Terror seems so overboard when you have like 5 silences already. I don't know what I would even cut here. We have the light package here. Could shave like a bolt, but being able to bolt opposing Lavinia or Mentor seems pretty important. So I think I'm ready to just ship it back again. Would like to play first. Second is okay. Oh yeah, Surgical actually weirdly gaining equity in the Breach matchup again because of like everyone's on the Intuition builds, where like Surgical's like very good against Intuition. For obvious reasons. Intuition is just like the 1-card combo, right? You just go get 7s, LED, Breach. And I like 3rd land to cast my Intuition. So this seems pretty reasonable. We've even got like a bolt for a Lavinia. Sure. Yeah, Devin Sphere seems like a powerful, like, sideboard card that also has text against post. Ah, dicks. Wait, I mean, that probably doesn't ruin anything. We'd probably just go get LED, Breach, and, I don't know, anything. Because we have the 7s in hand. I guess we just say go again. Got to Mindbreak Trevo the other night. Oh yeah, I think I saw that screenshot. Predict yourself. Yeah, sure, whatever. Mill your brain, your other predict. I wonder if I'm supposed to Intuition while they're tapped out there. They run like Spell Pierce. basic do we want here? We got double blue. We could want double white for potential like chant plus 7s in the same turn. That's probably reasonable. Double white. I think I'm gonna fight over this. They counter up. Oh wow, they just let it resolve. So what do we get here? LED, breach, right? Because an LED in hand means that we have 6 mana, which means we can chant 7s. And a breach in hand means that we can just chant breach. And then have the LED in the yard to go off. And cast the LED and then cast the intuition for the brain freeze again. Oh no, we don't have 2 LEDs. So it's LED breach then would be the only way to do it. If they give you breach, do you have enough cards? So we cast the orange chant, 4 cards. We cast the breach. The LED's in the yard, along with another breach. So that's like 5 cards in the yard. You cast the LED. Yeah, that's 5 cards in the yard, 6 with the intuition. But you cast the LED, crack it, and you can just cast off of like all this stuff. Yeah, we have plenty of cards, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure just LED breach gets me there. I think breach would also get me there. I'm not sure. Oh no, because we need an LED to. LED breach. What would you like to hand me, opponent? They probably want to give me the LED, right? So I like discard my whole hand. They don't know I have 7s, but I think looking at this pile, you can assume 7s is in hand, right? If they don't think I have 7 in hand, they can give me LED. And LED is the nicest because it doesn't let me hold up force. But I can just force to fight over the breach. So it's whatever. Chant you. Chant me. I'll fight for this. Okay. Guess we'll try again next turn. We draw a blue card, although it is tricky actually because we actually can't hold up the force now. So it's a little bit scary to try to go off into more silences. So we can cast Ponder here for whatever that's worth. If we find more silences, we can wait because we just need 5 mana to 7s. So we could just Ponder here. I think I like that. My opponent has 5 cards in hand. I think is just ready to play a pretty reactive game. Yeah, because with the LED 7s plan, we can't hold up this Force of Will, because we'll pitch our whole hand to flashback this 7s Reclamation. So I think we just Ponder. Spell Pierce doesn't really let us protect, because, like I said, we could get Moto bugged. We have a Spell Pierce anyway. Well, now we have a Force of Will, at least, if they try to go off or something. Or if they like cast an Intuition here, I'd probably force that. Intuition's a pretty scary magic card. I guess I could just Spell Pierce it. I don't need to force it. Yeah, going off there would not have ended very well, because they could Intuition for 3 Force of Wills and just force my 7s rec. Ruin me. Cementor is very interesting. I might just be forced to go for it here. Oh wow, they're drawing a card. Alright, never mind. We can bolt the Teferi if we want to play instant speed stuff still. We can just draw Silence. Or we can draw Underworld Breach. Does that do anything? We don't have a blue card in our hands, so we actually don't get to like hold up this force anyway. But it does let us try to find a blue card to go off the following turns. You can't, yeah, we can't force anyway. But we can just, oh yeah, we can't force it because it's very, and we don't have the red source. But we could just cast the Breach, right? And they have to answer it, and then we still have Lion's Eye 7's Wreck. Because we could Breach, and if they don't do anything, we chant them. So just casting the Breach makes us they have to use one of their resources. They could silence me. Yeah, I mean, but like we have to get through these silences is my thing. I can Breach and then chant them. If they silence me in response to the chant, then like, okay, we're down some cards. We can still go off with LED 7's Reg if we need to. Alright. I think I'm supposed to play LED before Breach there, because I don't think I would want to pay for that. I guess they would only have 3 cards in hand afterwards, but I don't know, that felt a little bit ambitious. I guess I can have 6, because there's Teferi in play, so we're playing Hearthstone. Got more bolts. My opponent just isn't doing anything with 4 cards in hand, so I don't feel comfortable going for it. I think I'm just going to kill this Teferi. The bad thing about going down the Breach, though, is that we don't get to, like... If we find a blue card, we still can't hold up Force for our combo. So we were looking for specifically silences. This is okay. Stops them from killing me randomly, I suppose. And it's a clock. They have 5 lands, so it's not like we're stopping them from casting Force at will. If this eats, like, a hard cast Force or something, I'm happy. Yeah, deal. Alright. They'll run out of answers for my stuff eventually, hopefully. We just really want to find a silence and also not die. Well, that's kind of spooky. Probably just supposed to immediately try to bolt this. It's a little bit dangerous if they have instants, but if they're firing off instants to save the Mentor, then we could potentially just try to combo them. But they know I have the LED. They don't know about the 7s. Supposed to immediately bolt this. To like counter this to save their Mentor, we just have the combo rolled up and we just go for it. Alright, cool. Well, now we have a Force of Will, but recurring problem of we can't stop them. So I think we just keep waiting. We have what, 4 silences in our deck and like a bunch of cantrips. And this is not a hefty clock by any stretch. Oh yeah, we could just cast 3 mana 7s, couldn't we? Now that we're here, 3 mana 7s for Breach with Force backup. We can't cast the Silence though without discarding our whole hand though, which is, I think, kind of an issue. Because, like, going for it with the 3 mana 7s puts us in the same position as going for it with the 5 mana 7s, right? Except it obviously leaves us with 1 in the graveyard, but, like, we're still getting blown out to pieces by a Silence. So I think I'm fine just waiting. Kind of want to cantrip with this Predict. Get Lavinia back. Oh, that's not a bad idea, actually. Yeah, I could buy that. It's not really good at combo protection. I could buy getting the Lavinia back, honestly. But also, again, if we draw another mana source, we could just cast it and try to go off that way. Oh, yeah, they can't cast spells for free, but they have a bazillion mana. Oh, against their combo. Yeah, sure. I think I'm just going to try to cantrip with this predict. What's still in my deck? Do I have 4, if anything? Brainstorms. Brainstorm. Dicks. Drawing a Brainstorm here is not bad. Do I fire it off right now so I can hit a land? Or silence? Yeah, probably. Got some stuff here. So now we can try to go for it with Force Backup with the land. So we can put back the Petal, and we're going to draw whatever else. Petal works too, but the Prismatic Fist is better because it's permanent. So now we can cast Seven's Wreck on Underworld Breach and try to silence them. The Petal lets you not crack the LED, so does the land. So now we silence them. I'll force will this. I'll fight. I'd have actually wanted to play the LED now that the breach resolve. Ooh, they're tearing my breach. Alright, yeah, we'll definitely force will that. You have 2 cards left in hand. I think I might have wanted to have the LED here. Although, holding up, like, Spell Pierce isn't super relevant because they have a million mana. That's fine. So now we just try to go off again next turn. Now we are kind of all in on the combo plan, though. Guess we get to preordain first, but they are down pretty low in resources. What do they do with this preordain is probably a pretty big deal, right? They top-bottomed, which is certainly threatening. Let's dig as deep as we can for a silence. Where it doesn't do anything. Brainstorm, I don't think does anything because we need 5 mana to go off here. Oh no, that means we actually can't cast this, can we? We could Spell Pierce to be natural force. No, we can't, because we're discarding a land. Chant, there's our chant. And Fluster, so we put back. So we can't go off of this turn, but we wait until next turn. So now that we have a chant. Brainstorm, sure. This mirror is just such a fucking mess. The mirror is such nonsense. There's a chance the Flusterstorm could hit like a hardcast force or something. When we try to Orms chant them next turn. Chant you. I've been told by Reddit that Breach loses traditional graveyard. Hey, please advise. Stop talking to them immediately. Abort mission. The following turn, if this chant gets chanted or something, they're force pitching the spell pierce. They're not hard casting, so we can't just flusterstorm that. So that's fine. I don't think I'm just going to Teferi this monk. We have one card in hand. Cool. They can kill me here if they find their combo. Just like kind of a big deal. They topped a card, which is also scary. That might have just been more cantrips though. I said the tweet of Tim losing with 1 million hate cards in the yard and 2 active blast zones. It's probably a pretty good choice. Hey, we did it. We won. They can't cast any spells. Do we have our brain freeze? No, we don't, actually. So we need intuition for it. Yeah, whatever. We just want our brain freeze, so we can brain freeze them to death. They can see. We did it! We won the match! Christ! The breach mirror is some nonsense. Ugh. Breach mirror makes my head hurt. There's like so much fucking shit going on. Just like, let's play the mirror where we're both playing 5 silences post board. Did we get shadowed by it? Yeah, we did. Would not say that I'm super happy to see that matchup if I was good at the deck. Very sad to see that matchup when I'm bad at the deck. I definitely fucked up, like, just by virtue of being a non-blue player, I, like, did a very bad play game 1. Certainly. Did our round 1 opponent drop after game 1? Yes. Yes, they did. On a scale of 1 to 10, how fun do you find playing Breach? Like a 3. It's really just not my style. It's, like, not interesting in the slightest to me. What you got over there, opponent? Astrolabe? Yeah, it's clearly very, very busted. I didn't really want more lands. But yeah, it's just not my style of deck. Even as far as just like, I'm not a cantrip player. I'm also just like, Breach is like not even an interesting deck, regardless of the fact that it's cantrips. Or regardless of the fact that like we have cantrips in it. I'd much rather play a lot of other brainstorm decks before I played this, in terms of how interesting it would be. So we want to leave out blue here. So this probably gets us one of our 2 basics. It probably doesn't really matter which one we play here. Although I guess we're playing against Miracles, so it also doesn't hugely matter. Mort Divine, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. counter this? Oh, they're just casting Ice King. Sure, whatever. Well, these cards aren't super good. I guess we just shuffle away a bunch of lands. Don't actually want this Vista, do I? Although, yeah, I do, because it's the only thing that fetches Basic Mountain in case they have like back to basics in their deck, so it's probably better than the second Flooded Strand. We'll leave up Pierce here. Breach is making blue black playable again, and I don't like it. Yeah, I guess that's pretty understandable. Probably just supposed to pierce like any Narset, Teferi, Oko thing here. It's possible I don't want to pierce Teferi because we have Chant. But I mean, if we don't pierce Teferi, then the pierce isn't getting any better, certainly. If they counter my pierce, it's kind of whatever. Because, like I said, we already have the Chant. So, sure, they resolve their Teferi. They can, like, draw some cards with it, pick up their Astrolabe or whatever. Which is certainly good for them, but, like, this thing isn't, like, enormously backbreaking or anything. Don't even attack, wow. I thought I shuffled you away, Tundra. There's a Flooded Strand on the top of my deck, I'm gonna be sad. Alright. Not getting Muda Boat. Hey, we got the full combo here. We got the full combo plus an A Chant, which is good for us. Problem is that it might not be good enough. They are down 1 force here, so Chant into go off is like not an unreasonable line. I mean, we don't win this turn because we need to draw both these cards, and this is a Ponder. So we can try to win next turn is the plan. So put that back. I guess it doesn't really matter. No shuffle. We'll draw the Brain Freeze. My opponent says this is very off-brand. They're not incorrect. Put the Breach in hand in case they face me. Oh, that's not a bad idea, actually. I wasn't even thinking about that. I stopped to think about which one I'm supposed to draw. I decided to draw the Breach, and I didn't have any reason why. But yeah, that's certainly a reason. Alright, so we have 6 cards in hand. 6 is a lot of cards. Certainly. So this gets mountain, this gets plains. I guess I didn't need to fetch that yet. I could have waited till this resolved here. Can't you? Even if they like pierce, we can pay for it and like Petal Breach still. The question is, if they cast Force of Will, do we just go off because it's not, our hand isn't getting better? I think the answer might be yes. If they Force of Will my Orm's Chant, I think I just need to go off into it anyway. I guess by going off, I mean just cast the Breach, and if the Breach gets countered, sure. Like, that's the life we choose to live. We'll play out the LED in the Petal before we cast the Breach, obviously, to not get spell pierced. Alright, force pitching Oko. We can't fight back, so sure. these. Should have only played out one. I'll pay for your spell pierce, opponent. I'm brainstorming to try to find more forces. Alright. Alright, we win. Cool. So I guess I just chant them to start off. We have LED Brain Freeze here, so it's fine. Blue. Brain freeze, target myself. Alright, we did it. So big brain. Yes, deck extremely challenging. We are the smartest. Yeah, that actually makes sense, Lunel. That we just like brain freeze ourselves if the breach gets forced there. Am I gonna buy Secret Lair Thalia? Hell yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. We have like what Storm Count was. The Chant, Force, LED, Pedal, Breach, and then they would force the Breach, and then we get to Brain Freeze ourselves for like 7, which is an insane amount of cards to find 7s to try to go off the following turn. That makes sense. Good about that, for sure. Anyway, how did I board against Miracles last time? I was in the middle of boarding and my opponent conceded. So it's probably like this. And boarding all these like mentors and shit and silences. And then like some of her wear tears. Do I need to bring in like the planes? We have so many we're boarding in so many white cards. We're at 62 here. What do we need to cut? Maybe cut down on bolts. Bolts nice to take care of walkers, but I can definitely see just cutting one, and then yeah, this is where I stopped. I think this was my exact sideboard configuration, and then I was like, I don't know what the last card to cut is. Cutting Forcible seems not. Feels weird. But if you're in it for like the long game, Forcible gets Forcible certainly loses equity. Also didn't figure out if I'm supposed to board in the 16th land or not. Maybe if I see back to basics, then like having more basics is important, but can I just do this? Is this okay? This looks okay. Before ban. What, for this deck? I'm hoping this deck gets banned. That's why we're playing it right now. This is the send-off stream. Go on into that good night, or whatever that phrase is. That saying is. We're casting off Breach into the abyss of the ban list. I'm just gonna submit. I don't know if cutting this force is right, but I don't know what I was supposed to cut. Sideboarding is hard, especially with combo decks. Hoping Take Their Time gets hit with Pioneer. Yeah, that's my concern is that it's just going to be like a Pioneer ban. Do not go gentle in that good night. Yeah, there we go. That's what it is. Actually, yeah. Breach, you can just fuck right off. Sand Scene's okay. We probably hit land drops. If infinity cantrips. I'm going to like counterbalance me on turn 2. This could look ugly. It's technically a land. Do I just fetch Volk? Probably. What are the odds my opponent has? Probably not. We need to hit more land drops anyway. We'll be fine. I think Preordain is what I was supposed to lead with. Cantrip sequencing is hard. We have a silence. We don't have an answer to like a rest in peace or something. This wear tear might be relevant to blow up our enchantments. If like I said, if they do have a counterbalance, that could be bad. We could potentially fuse it. We need to hit a 3rd land for that though. I think I want to draw this wear tear. I could be wrong because we don't need it. Yeah. There's definitely a reasonable world where they ban Dig Through Time and Inverter becomes bearable in Pioneer. The concern is that they ban Dig Through Time and Inverter doesn't give a shit and it's still like really obnoxious and good. But in that case, I think it's fine because Dig Through Time is probably going to be pretty busted at some point down the line. Alright. So, like, I feel like Miracles players always brainstorm here and they always hit the fetch land. I mean, I guess we have Ponder to, like, shuffle one of the cards away anyway. I think the ideal is brainstorm and hit a fetch, right? These are not fetch lands, but we did find more land drops to make. We also get to hold up the Spell Pierce this turn, which is nice. We can shuffle one of these away with the Ponder, which is probably like the 4th land. So put back Plains Tundra, play Volk, say go. Draw the Tundra. Or do I want to draw the Plains? I think I want to draw the Plains. We have a ton of blue spells. Put back Tundra, Plains, Volk, say go. So we had Spell Pierce like a Planeswalker or a Counterbalance or something here. Yeah, our hand is all cantrips. This is definitely worth piercing. They force me to pierce. This hand could go south in a hurry. Guess we get to slam Teferi here, which isn't bad. Are all of our cantrips being... Oh, well, we can cast this Teferi and get it Force of Willed. This Narset is certainly going to be an issue for us. I think we're fine just drawing this 4th land. I think I just want to burn through these Force of Wills. Force Pitch 2nd Narset. Wow. Rolling to Force Will over Narset with the 2nd Narset in hand is kind of interesting. So they're down this Force. Problem is we're like miles from comboing. I guess we're just always an intuition away from comboing, but our... Ooh, that's terrifying. We're much... Wow, that feels exceptionally aggressive opponent. That was the only Teferi Time Raveler in our deck. Guess they really wanted to look at my hand. I was about to say Intuition got a lot worse, but then they just fire off the Surgical Extraction like a mad lad. At what point am I playing these Ponders as a look at my top 3 cards and decide if I want to shuffle? Probably pretty soon. So we're not under the gun yet. We could find like a bolt to turn our cantrips back online. Yeah, that was a pretty wild Surgical Extraction. Maybe they just wanted to know if they could go for it, like tap out for like a Mentor or something to just try to kill me. Sure, alright. Doesn't exactly do anything right now. They're just going to use it to draw more cards since the shields are very much down. Alrighty then. I think we just wait a little bit. We're pretty far off from comboing, but they also have no clock on us yet. I think we start casting these Ponders when we start discarding to hand size, which would be next turn. We start looking at the top 3 cards of our library and then deciding if we want to shuffle. Has Dog shown up? No. time to start pondering. Looking for intuition. Hey, there's an intuition. It's probably not going to resolve. We could actually just silence into intuition on our own turn. So, I mean, I can't... I'm not going to shuffle, so... That. No shuffle. Let's go. Did I have 6? Hello? So yeah, we could silence into intuition, and then, like, try to silence into combo them. Because we can't fight over cantrips. Or we can't, like, fight over counter spells. They found their clock. Oh no, is it 2 Ice Fang Coatls? No, they're just fetching. Or if I do just want to cast Silence into Intuition here. Probably reasonable. We just get what? The LED Breach 7's Wreck. What if they're aggressive surgical means they have second surgical? If they have second surgical, we just die though, so. If Dog sees her shadow, we'll have 2 more months of Breach. That's funny. Opponent tanking on this is like pretty good for me. Makes me feel like they might not have a lot of counter magic. But it's weird because they have 5 cards in and haven't done anything with them. Usually if they have cantrips, they'd be finding tools to kill me or more counter magic. Or at least like using they could use the Teferi to like Astrolabe into more action or protection. What's this? 2 mana. I'm scared. What's happening? Snap. I guess Snap Surgical is definitely threatening. So they're gonna just snap Brainstorm here. Okay, so the problem with our plan here now is that they have a Snapcaster Mage in place, so if we cast Intuition, they can just Teferi their Snapcaster Mage, Snapcaster Surgical next turn. So I don't think we actually get to win anymore, unless we try to go off in 1 turn. Which means even if the silence resolves, we like can't cast the Intuition, or we have to Intuition for like 3. No, if we Intuition for 3 cards, they just Surgical them. We just Intuition for 3 cards that aren't Breach, LED, Brain Freeze, right? The cards that we need to win this game. Okay, this is fine. We know there's a Breach on the top of our deck, which is an okay draw. Because this Intuition no longer wins us this game. So we want to draw the Breach, and we can maybe Intuition if we want to like get cards out. Oh, actually, the shields are down on the Teferi Snap line, for what that's worth. They also have 7 cards in their hand, so like, seems like us resolving all of this is not very likely to happen. Hey, you never know. Play your outs and all that. Tag me for 3. I guess we'll Aurum Chain Intuition like our line last time. Oh, that's spooky. Imagine this means that my Wear Terror, their Deafening Silence is not going to resolve. can't chant into the tear as well. Okay, 4 mana up. Tear. I guess I could fuse. Doesn't really do anything though. Wow, that actually resolved. I think I just want an intuition here. I think it like veil me. That's just life. Brainstorm, sure. We need an LED and a brains, or what? LED. Spell pierce, yeah, sure, whatever. Need an LED and a brain freeze now. We have the breach. I guess just LED might do it because we have the breach, right? So we could potentially. Although we only have one LED in the deck, so we could even maybe find Petal. So let's look at our top 3 cards. There's a Brain Freeze. Brain Freeze could actually mill us into something to use with this Breach. And by something to use with this breach, I mean specifically the LEDs or petals. Don't have that many more turns to live, and my opponent has a lot of cards in hand, so, you know. Unlikely to matter. You could just jam chant. We could. If we, like, chant Brain Freeze. We know our top 2 cards are duds, though, so we'd have to hit the pedal or whatever in those top 2. I think I like give a reasonable shot to kill. We have 2 hits with the Brain Freeze, 4 cards, right? You draw 9. Cast the Breach if the chant resolves. Feels really risky. Can't we just like ponder into Brain Freeze or something? We get to mill 9 card. That is fair. The chant's probably not resolving. All right, I'd buy that. Chant's not going to resolve, so it just adds the storm count for us to freeze ourselves. Oh wow, that's pretty hot. We can't cast anything because of the Teferi. Alright, yeah, alright, we'll pack it in. Instant speed 7s off the Teferi. That's fun. Alright. Alright, so we did see Wear Tear, so notably. Or no, we didn't see Wear. We saw Deafening Silence, so the Wear Tear's notably okay. I think we're just hitting Submit again. I'm trying to, like, you know, draw a Monster Mentor next time. It's a really awkward game. Breach's games just always feel really awkward. You either like crush them in a landslide or you just like sit there and twiddle your thumbs for like 20 minutes and then sometimes eke out a win and then sometimes just die. As the Breach life, not super interesting. I've come to the conclusions that the Breach Mirror is a complete shit show. And that's about it. What else do we play against? We play against Miracles twice. This is the second Miracles match happening right now, and I forget what our other round was. Oh, it was Death Shadow. I'd love to play first. Silence, Ponder, Breach. This seems okay. I don't think I need to hold a Pierce on turn 1. I guess, like, turn 1 Deafening Silence could be spooky. Is there a reason to not hold a Pierce on turn 1, I guess, is the other question. If they just like cast a Deafening Silence on turn 1, that could actually be really bad for me. These cards kind of suck. I like the brainstorm, and we can just shuffle away the rest, though. Man, fetch lands and cantrips are pretty good. Shuffle away the rest of that garbage. I almost want to pierce that, but that's probably wrong. If I like pierce that and then they just untap and like fucking counterbalance me or something, I'll look like a big dumb. They didn't. I don't think we've seen any counterbalances though so far, for what it's worth. I forget if we saw one in game 1. I think we saw one in match 1. Phil's article really got me down. Yeah. Certainly a depressing article to read. We want to shuffle because we don't want to draw a billion more lands. Problem is we actually... No, we don't really have any problems here. Do we want Volcanic? We already have Mountain. Probably just want Island. We have like no red spells. So double red doesn't really matter. Although we might actually be brainstorming away this Mountain. Well. That seems fine. Pierce this. There's a Petal. Step 2. Graveyard's not nearly stocked enough for this plan to go swimmingly. Shuffle away like the... Do we need 3 silences? My opponents are just getting to the turns where they're going to just start playing like planeswalkers that are annoying. We could put away like the second breach and the... I skipped it until I felt stronger. Certainly reasonable. Yeah, the problem is that we're on the hunt for like a one of breach or obviously like the 2 intuitions, but I think we just put back breach mountain go. We have to fetch the volcanic, I guess, at that point. Don't need to because this can tap for red, but I just want to silence my opponent this turn, but that probably isn't right. Yeah, we have the pierce. My opponent has been pretty aggressively... Oh, that's really bad, ain't it? Are we combo trader now? We're celebrating the inevitable ban of Breach next week by playing Breach. Alright, that resolves. They can't do anything about it. I'll fetch the red thing. Alright, we may have too many silences. I'm not an expert in silences, but we might have too many. Oh yeah, absolutely. This whole week is going to be like, don't worry, Breach is going to get banned next week. And then next week it's going to be like, dig through time banned in Pioneer. It just felt like really weird timing. Because like, the last big Pioneer event was, how many weeks ago? Was it 2? More? Whereas like, the Legacy prelim that happened this weekend, or not prelim, whatever, Showcase Challenge happened this weekend. There was a lot of discourse about Breach in Legacy, and being that there aren't a lot of big Legacy tournaments, I imagine Wizards looks to the health of the format via online data a fair amount of the time. So the timing of it feels like there's certainly a possibility. But obviously that's just blind hope. The Dark Side of the Force. We gotta play it before it gets banned. Spin at night. They haven't been okay. I'm not doing super hot here. Got a lot of silences, and my opponent has a lot of this one deafening silence in play, which is certainly problematic. I do think some of Phil's article was a little bit silly though. Like the notion of why play a deck when you can start pivoting towards a different deck is like that's always been the case in Eternal formats of like you could easily be playing a better deck, but people don't because they enjoy the deck that they do play. And that's just like how Eternal formats have functioned for basically forever. What is this? Something scary? Maybe not. I think if they cast a Jace here, I would definitely just silence Spell Pierce. Oh no, I can't. I only cast one non-creature, but also so could they, so I can just counter it. So it's whatever. A lightning bolt. We have 8 cards in our hand. I'll play this Lotus Petal. This is starting to be a threatening clock. Jump ship hard and Pioneer from Dredge Delirium because I want green black mid range. Yeah, people just fucking. Yeah, imagine I start silencing them. I don't know what. At what point I do that. Because we definitely have enough silences to go off with. Problem is that we need to just naturally. We need to kill this deafening silence and then naturally draw the one of. Whatever it is in our deck. Brain Freeze. Or the Intuitions. Definitely. This Scoring turn doesn't even fetch a white source, so we can like Worm's Chain to start silencing them and gaining 4 life, which is pretty funny. Hey, now we can start Worm's Chanting them to silence and gain 4 life. Start doing that the next turn. Maybe I should start doing it this turn. See what fetching? Yeah. All right. Sevens, right? That doesn't do anything. None of these cards do anything. Here's the Preordain. That's just the same as bottom both of these. I guess we could take the Preordain and then shuffle. Although we're just getting low on life at that point. Yeah, 6 and 5 are the same. On a serious note, as a cast cantrips, not great. Not a fan. Oh, right, we have to discard. Whoops. This Spell Pierce is long past its due date. They have 7 cards in hand. What if they just start like aggressively countering these to kill me? Like if they just counter my chance twice, I just die. I guess that's what they're thinking about here. It's 100% safe to counter. I mean, I imagine so, right? Like, we could just be sitting on this Wear Tear and they counter it, and we're like, boom, untap, Wear Tear, Deafening Silence, get ya. But that implies that they have no other counters besides this one. Yes, I imagine we are very much dead. We would need to draw Wear Tear, them not counter it, and then we still need to, like, cantrip into the Brain Freeze or Intuition. There's a Predict, huh? We're gonna get this Orange Chain countered and die, but that's the life we've chosen to live. least we can go on our own terms if my Wormshank gets countered. We have the suicide button. Chant, you nerd. Hey, it worked. Not dead yet. I feel like if they'd had a counter spell, they would have just countered it because they literally can't lose. So if we draw Wear Tear, then maybe. That's not a Wear Tear. Let me name Abandoned Hope. Don't you counter this. Bully. No. But yeah, this is certainly not my type of deck at all. Just got the Bolt Karn game one, feels too good. I feel like it's just like super incorrect to like ever down tick your Karn until it get like you against Breach you want to plus your Karn and then minus it for Tormund Script the following turn. Because it kind of depends on the board state, like what else is happening in the game. Because there's also a possibility that you can like Underworld Breach and then bolt the Karn. So you want to have the Crypt in play anyway. A turn 2 Karn. So if they didn't know, what did they wish for? Getting coding was reasonable. Maybe. I guess yeah. If you just like think they might be a control deck, or even if they are a combo deck, stoning them a bunch is nice. If they don't exactly have the bolt. It's surprisingly close to just killing my opponent, isn't it? It's a little awkward though, because we have all these like Clunk City cards. Cast a 7's Reclamation on turn 3. I think this hand's bad. Keep this. Don't think we necessarily need the second Breach. Could use this LED to go with our Underworld Breach. Problem is we have this terrible predict. Keep Disguise as Burn. Fish him out and start bolting. I don't even know if topping LED is right. We might just need to be like trying to find other action. But LED is game 1. I think you like just aggressively comboing is certainly a reasonable plan. Especially against Dryad Arbor Go on a 7-card hand. Ooh, a Brainstorm. Wow, that makes all of this shit way better. We can't Brainstorm Predict unless we fetched first, which we guess we could do. It's the horrible Dryad Arbor 2. Kill them. We'll try our best. I think I want to Brainstorm here. Oh, there's the Brain Freeze. Cool, they are just dead here. We'll play with the LED in case they have turn 2 Thalia, I suppose. Why does this play Predict? Sometimes it's just like a nice grindy card. Put back land, I guess. We might want to draw the... I guess we don't need to draw that, actually, but... I think we can beat a Thalia here. Yeah, I think we can beat a Thalia. Are they gonna attack me for one? What on earth did they keep? This was a 7-card hand. Opponent, you're allowed to mulligan. What on earth? Do I need to play around something? I don't think so. It's a Dryad Arbor, Windswept Heath, which means it's just Maverick, right? They're not gonna fucking, like, crop rotation bog me. I should totally go for it. I feel like I should. Could be Loam. Again, not a deck that's going to crop rotation bog me. Never more, yeah. I guess I'm just gonna kill them, and if they have some nonsense that kills me instead, then I probably deserved it. Need a free Ponder, right? I guess we could just cast the Ponder first. That's probably the technically correct play, ain't it? Well, I don't know what to do with any of these fucking cards. They're more cantrips. Do I want those? Probably not. Probably wanted extra mana anyway. Yeah, no, I want these. Sure, I have a Flusterstorm. I mean, I'm going to discard this Flusterstorm. We'll fetch Mountain Plains in case somehow we get wrecked here. We can cast both of these, right? We have 9 cards in the graveyard. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, because I think casting the LED could play around something. I guess we're holding up Flusterstorm though, so we don't need to. Yeah, holding up Fluster here is just, like, better against a crop rotation anyway. I'm gonna cast a Veil. Oh, they do have crop rotation. Look at me, actually playing around cards. Look at that. Actually playing around the crop rotation from my opponent's mystery deck. I feel so smart. I feel so smart, chat. I don't even know if pondering was correct there. I think the extra mana might have been relevant for something. Play around, fetch, spell pierce me. I've been greedy and went for LED. Yeah, I was thinking about the LED and I was like, this doesn't really do anything. Like, it doesn't play around something, right? it like kind of plays around getting main deck Fairy Macabre or something. That's the only thing, yeah. I mean, I think you can beat Bog even if you cast the LED though, right? Maybe not. Depends on. I'm not sure. Is this a showcase winning deck list? No, it's I think Honor Rock's most recent deck list. Yeah, maybe you can't beat the. You probably can. I don't know. I'm bad at math. Math is hard. I think you can beat the Bog either way. Not positive on that though. All right, so I'm just gonna assume something like Maverick with the main deck crop rotation. And just like, we want these cards, then also the Mentors. Serenity doesn't seem like a Maverick card. Although they do. Whoops. Hit my desk there. Get these fucking Orbs chance out of my deck. And just go down a bunch on the combo. I'd guess a Depths deck. Yeah, I guess like green-white Depths or something would make more sense. A Green Sun crop rotation deck. That would make some sense. I don't know if that really affects my sideboarding strat. Yeah, the sideboard probably looks very similar, if not identical. Because they're probably still going to have, like, Collector Oof and stuff, and we want plows for, like, a Mirror Lage or whatever anyway. I guess maybe we want to cut, like, most, if not all of these forces. Maybe we actually leave in, like, more of the combo pieces, because forces look kind of bad. Even like Spell Pierce or Flusterstorm, maybe? Yeah, we have a lot of ugly looking cards, actually. Maybe we'll leave in like 2 and cut these Pierces. We'll leave in 2 LEDs, 2 Brain Freezes. We still have the full set of forces in our deck. This hand has Land Ponder, weak to Wasteland, to Ponder for stuff. We got a Wear Tear. We have the 1 card combo. If we can hit some land drops, this hand seems okay. What is our opponent doing? Tranquil Thicket. So they do have Life from the Loams in their deck, but they are not playing Chalice of the Void because they had crop rotation. That Wasteland is threatening. Threatening as my Volcanic Island keep hand. Let's drop fetch, it's fine. It's not a fetch. Spawn roll find us a fetch, it's fine. That is a fetch, alright. Don't really think so we're gonna draw 2 of these cards. I don't even think we want the Brain Freeze because we have the Intuition. Intuition is obviously a little bit threatening against the deck that can instant speed Bog you. I think we just want to hit more cantrips since we're gonna have to draw a bunch of lands to flesh this hand out, so. We're very likely just going to get this Volcanic Island Wastelanded next turn, so drawing the Ponder and then fetching with the Strand and casting the second Ponder seems pretty reasonable. Just trying to find more land drops. Get to these Mentors. I wonder if I'm supposed to kill this Sylvan. Fuse it, kill the Mox Diamond too if we ever get 3 mana. Looks like we're going to get Wastelanded, though. It's a lot of reclaiming. Hey, this is lands. I like these cards. Kind of like more petals with my Mentor plan too, although double Eldritch Glimmer means we're probably getting 20/20 pretty soon, so like the Mentor plan seems to be kind of out the window. We might... They also get to leave a Bog, which is problematic for our attempt to like Intuition kill them. I think I'm going to draw Tarn Plains and shuffle away the petal. Probably wear something like Force of Figure too. A lot of stuff to think about. Yeah, at least they can't 2020 me that fast, yeah, because the Ultra Claimers are pretty expensive. I'm trying to dig for like a plow or something to buy time. Taking a bunch of damage off of this library though, so this mentor plan might actually not be unreasonable. Yeah, we might actually be able to race. We could just brainstorm knowing we have the second pedal in our on the top of our deck and just set up for that. Could just play a mentor here and say go. Although my opponent likely has like Abrupt Decay in their deck. Although then we just can have a second mentor. Yeah, I don't actually just hate just jamming the mentor here. The follow turn we have mentor plus pedal. Yeah, next turn we could potentially have land, mentor, pedal, and hold up, and have the ability to hold up brainstorm or tear. Take more damage. Just go to 4. What's the worst that could happen, opponent? Scalding turn probably finds Mountain. What are the odds I just fucking wear tear their diamond to their library here because they keep missing land drops? That seems like a pretty legitimate line here, right? Like, they could reclaimer their forest into something else, but it doesn't, like, ramp them. Can I just, like, kill their library and their diamond? That seems like a pretty good line. Fuse. Yeah, of course I'm gonna fetch Mountain. Do an upkeep. Well. Whatever. You're right. It's a better play. Certainly. This looks super weird on Moto. It's like both the arts. So they're just gonna reclaim for something or other. A better land than basic forest. Since that's all they're left with. It also pumps their dudes up to 3/4s for what that's worth. And also lets them shuffle away from the library. What they even get here? They're just gonna bog me now? Alright, sure. But yeah, doing that upkeep was definitely correct. Because I could potentially have tapped them out of this mana. These are pretty good things. Murder them. Oh, I could have just killed them, couldn't I? With the intuition. I wanted to mentor them. I probably could have just, like, found lethal with the intuition. We'll play around surgical extraction or something, you know. Do I just fire off this brainstorm? I could just wait. We could draw into, like, another cantrip to use with this pedal. Hey, Fluffy Wolf, thanks for the raid. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think we're good. We're just good to chill. Can't just like send super aggressively. Okay, or they're gonna send super aggressively. They could easily just die here and might go to 6. think if I just make a monk, they're probably going to lose this game. We get to cast LED. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7. LED is 5, 6, 7. Intuition is 8, 9, 10. Any castable spell off the intuition is lethal, so yeah. Also, I think I could just combo them this turn. I guess we just combo them just to be safe. Just get Breach. We already have an LED. We can get 7's Wreck. Breach. 7's Wreck. Second Breach. Whatever. The game's over. Yeah, sure, whatever. You dead, opponent. Alright, cool, we did it. We won! Look at that! We killed our opponent. I don't know why they attacked, but I guess they weren't winning by not attacking, I guess was their plan. Because their hand was not panning out. We did it. We killed them 2 different ways on that last turn. Are we wait, are we the bad guys now? And the reason I wanted to play Breach is because I think / hope / mostly hope that the deck is going to get banned next week. So I wanted to get a taste for blood before the deck calls it quits, before they ban Underworld Breach, as it so rightfully deserves. Unfortunately, I don't really think they're going to ban Breach, but there's a chance. They did make the announcement. There's going to be some sort of ban list update next week, but it'll probably just be like ban Dig Through Time and Pioneer. Yeah, I would definitely love to just like see fucking Oko kick the bucket too, but unlikely. I think I said in the D&D Discord, expectation ban Breach, hope ban Breach, and Oko reality ban Dig Through Time or some shit in Pioneer. Some shit I don't care about. But anyway. Oh, whoops, that's not muted. It is Monday, and Monday means we go host Card Kingdom. They stream Paper Legacy every Monday. And I usually get off right as they're in their like last round or so go hang out with them. Anyway, thanks everyone for coming and hanging out. Hope you enjoyed the stream, even though we are playing the enemy. We'll be back to some... I don't even know what we're going to do this week, because like it feels really weird. If Breach does actually get banned, then this week just doesn't matter in terms of playtesting, so I'll figure out something. Maybe we'll play some nonsense. Maybe we'll just play Death and Taxes. Maybe we'll play more Breach. I don't know. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Hope you had a good time. As always, if you want to support the channel some more, you can follow, subscribe, donate, etc. If you want to see certain deck lists, you can always do donation deck lists. For that, go say hi to the fine folks at Card Kingdom for me, and I'll see you guys all on Wednesday.